AI is changing the landscape of education, how people are learning, how people are revising things. I mean, ChatGPT now is essentially app in every household. I'm assuming somebody who's learning anything is using some of these AI providers to learn something. And that is also somewhat evident from the market shift, right? Recently, for example, Coursera acquired Udemy for about $900 million, which is sort of like an acquisition, but it's really a merger, right? Because the two are merging together and getting created as a new entity, which is again like it's just going to be called as Coursera. But what this shows basically is that the landscape is changing. The way people learn would change, and AI is having like a real impact on how education is delivered. In this video, I want to talk about how you can be, as an aspiring developer, if you're learning traditionally, how you can change and get ahead of other people using AI, using these tools. Just my raw thoughts, not a lot of organized things over here, on how do you get forward, how do you get ahead in something like this, in this era where everything is available at your tips. So I have a few things to discuss here, and I'll just use a short whiteboard sort of thing here to explain. First thing, what I feel is depth matters even more now. So this is something I've repeated over and over again, that, if you want to be a good developer, you have to learn things deeply. You just don't have to learn them on surface, you have to learn them deeply. Now, the thing is that depth matters even more now because AI can do a lot of these things, including the education part, including educating you essentially easily, right? AI, if you think about it, the quality of AI response is directly proportional to the content on internet. And it has to be, right? Because that is how AI is in fact learning, and that is how AI is in fact giving you answers as well. So that means if you're doing something which is less known on internet, which is obviously, for example, your own code base or any sort of framework or language, that means AI would be able to help you, but not at a level of, just doing very basic stuff. That means your knowledge as a developer, the deeper it is now, the better it would be. Now the question becomes like, how do you build this depth? What is this depth basically? This depth is nothing but just a function of curiosity, right? So how curious you are about technology and tech in general will figure out how deeper your knowledge for things is, right? So as a programmer, if you think about it, not a lot has changed. Even if you look at some of my videos from the last few years, this is something that I keep on talking again, like as a developer, the number one thing that you can do for yourself is be curious about the tech, about the things that you are seeing. Now, what does this curiosity mean on an actual practical level? This basically means that you have to question everything that you are seeing in a code base, or, as an infrastructure deployment practice, or why we are doing something specific in this specific way, why we are not doing it in some other way. And this is where AI is helping. This is where AI will help you a lot in speed, right? So when you are questioning everything, you become curious, you gain knowledge, but the answers for curiosity, whatever answers you are doing, these answers can come from AI, or it can come from your own experience. It can come from, video content like you're seeing this one. It can come from courses. It can come from workshops. It can come from technical talks. There are a lot of ways to learn. There are a lot of ways to figure out like what are the answers, or what are you curious about. To give you an example, for example, let's say we are talking about Postgres internals, right? So how database performance or databases generally work, and you're curious about databases, right? So you start to question everything. You start with the basic insights, like how does databases become slow, or why do some databases crash, or why do XYZ, these sort of things happen. So what you will do is you'll probably, just giving you one flow, what you should do, you'll probably go to ChatGPT or Claude or whatever, and you'll ask it that, hey, give me certain case studies on something interesting that happened with people using Postgres in the last 5 years, 10 years. So it'll scrape the internet, it'll, based on its own knowledge, it'll give you links to Medium blogs, Substack blogs, all of that, and it'll give you that material which then you have to go through, right? Similar thing can happen for talks, or people who have done some sort of webinar style talks, or just given some talks in conferences. That is how you learn. That is how you deeply learn. And I'm telling you, it is so important that most of you who are watching this video, it's so important for you to learn things now like this, because if you are not doing this, if you're not absorbing things from here and there, and just trying to learn properly about a specific stack, you will be replaced. You will be replaced by AI. You will be replaced replaced by people who are actually doing that, because AI, especially for programming or coding, has found a product market fit, right? When I say product market fit, what I mean is that somebody who's using Claude, Opus 4.5, and beyond, future models, if you're watching this video in future, if a developer is using this, they can at minimum 2x their throughput of at least the coding part, including the planning phase as well. So, some people would say, like, somebody who's dismissing AI would say something like, hey, Mehul, that coding is part of, the whole software engineering journey. What about planning? What about figuring out how to do? Look at these softwares. Look at Claude Code once. You give it access to the code base, and softwares like Claude Code are able to plan out everything, including very small details. Now, granted that in complex situations, those plans would actually be wrong, and you will have to improvise, you'll have to do some things on that. But still, it is a very good piece of software that you can just give some task, come back, and you would be surprised that, okay, this is how it has figured out that I should do it. So, this sounds like a fair approach. So these pieces of software are real, right? So these are real, and they are going to take away your job if you are not the one who deeply understands how these pieces of software work and how you can use them in your work as well. So one thing is obviously using these softwares, but second thing is how deeply you understand your own stack, right? So how deeply does this happen? Because if this does not happen, this point number 2, you will be at the mercy of the software, mercy of the AI itself. What you want to be is in a position where you can guide AI on how to do specific things, not the other way around. That is a dangerous position to be in, right? So as you learn in 2026 and as we enter into a new year, what you have to remember is that depth is much, much, much more important in learning than speed. It's fine if you're taking a full 1 day on learning something complex, or 1 week or 1 month, but as long as you're able to learn it deeply, you're able to understand the intrinsic parts, things which are internal, to a specific system, whether that's, let's say, again, an example of real-time communication, WebRTC for building like real-time interfaces, or, HLS, for example, just giving you examples from Fermyon itself. So if you're able to understand these things properly, they will go a very, very long way in making you a better developer, not just for today, but for future companies, future things that you are doing. Now, where does it leave you on the courses or on the coding or, these sort of workshop courses, boot camps, workshops, etc., right? So what should you do? And about this Udemy and Coursera thing as well, like most people were very fond of getting these $10 $20 courses which will have like 100 hours of content or something, right? So see, everyone learns in their own way, everyone learns in their specific way. Even I started as as somebody who will just watch a lot of videos. I watch a lot of content from Bucky Roberts, the new Boston, his YouTube channel. That is how I basically started my journey as a developer, how I got into programming, web development, all of that. I've watched a lot of his content. Yeah. And then I shifted to documentation. I shifted to blogs. I shifted to mixed form of content. So you have to figure out your journey, but all you have now is AI being one of the new tools here, right? So chances are most people never really just go ahead with one specific course and then they just become a developer. Similarly, most graduates who are doing boot camps are not just learning from the boot camp itself. They are doing mixed learning. They are doing it by learning it by doing as well. They are using maybe like multiple courses. They are reading blogs. They are doing a bunch of stuff. They are attending some live classes. So it's completely fine. You have to figure out what your way of learning is in a way in 2026 and beyond. But what you also have to, again, like I keep coming back on this because it's so important that whatever you're learning, it should be deep. You should be able to understand that, hey, I'm still at surface level. I couldn't really understand like what's going on, right? Because if you develop that curiosity that you are saying that, okay, I understand what this guy is saying in this tutorial, but this is not the full picture, because what happens if blah, 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 XYZ, whatever that tree of decision making or curiosity takes you. That is the most important thing that you can do to yourself as an aspiring developer, as somebody who's learning. And in fact, like even if you get a job, even if you are working somewhere, that mindset will just take you to a lot of places, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you were able to take away some important, interesting learnings from this one. That's all for this one. I will see you in the next video very soon.